This is Round Roanoke, seen exclusively on Cox 9. I'm your host, Kiana Price-Wade. Hollins University is celebrating author Margaret Wise Brown with a year-long festival. Brenda McDaniel is the festival committee's chairwoman. She's here to tell us more about the events that include a musical and special readings. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you.
So tell our viewers a little bit more about who Margaret Wise Brown was and what is the Margaret Wise Brown Festival?
Okay, I'd be glad to. Margaret Wise Brown was probably one of our best known, and I mean by our, I'm talking about the country's best known, most beloved children's author. She had a very prolific career. It just so happens that she graduated from Hollins in 1932. Now, a lot of people may not be familiar with the name Margaret Wise Brown, but I'll bet most of them know her work.
Oh, yeah.
Most popular works are Goodnight Moon and The Runaway Bunny. And so we're celebrating all of her work, but those are the two that are the most famous. We sort of had the feeling that while most people know those books, have read those books to their children, have had them read to them as children,
yes,
maybe didn't make the connection between Goodnight Moon, Runaway Bunny, Margaret Wise Brown, and Hollins.
Yes.
And so we thought we would want to do something about that. And this was between 2011 and 2012. There's several milestones that we're covering, and that's why we decided to do a year-long festival, because we really had enough to do a year-long festival celebrating her life and her works. And we've done that through. We've had a series of readings of her books, and we're really trying to expose people to more than just the two most famous works, because she was really very prolific, and so we're reading a number of her books. A little known fact is probably that Hollins also has a very deep connection to Margaret Wise Brown. Not only did she herself graduate, but her mother attended Hollins, and Hollins inherited from Margaret's sister a number of her papers. We have a very large collection of her papers, and we also inherited the rights and royalties to a number of her books. So Hollins is actually benefiting from a number of the books that she has written.
Well, I tell you, what a jewel to have right here in our community
really
and to
is.
celebrate. Now, you mentioned there's some things that have already passed, but our viewers can get in on some things that are coming up. So tell us a little bit about the upcoming events connected with the festival.
Absolutely. In October, we have what we're calling Goodnight Moon Week, which is approximately October 23rd through the 29th. That will actually kick off with a stage play featuring the Hollins Theater Department, and a stage play directed by, of course, our theater director, Ernie Zulia. It's called Goodnight Moon the Musical, and it's going to be wonderful. The sets just come alive, and it's going to be very, very exciting. That runs the 20th through the 24th. And then at the end of the Goodnight Moon Week, we will feature a reading on October 29th. And we're sort of tying in a little bit of a Halloween theme there, reading from her books, The Great Yellow Pumpkin, and the one about Scarecrow. Yes. And Kiana, you would know what those books are, right?
On that day, I think you have a very special storyteller.
We have we are trying to feature a celebrity on each of our readings, and on October 29th, we have the Kiana Wade who will be reading for us.
Yes.
We'll also be combining that with some special musical works of Goodnight Moon, The Lullaby, which is a lovely piece, and that will be presented by the Valley Chamber Orchestra and the Hollins Concert Choir. So that is going to be quite a day.
It's an exciting week, and for kids and for family.
Absolutely.
And I know I'm looking forward to joining you guys on the 29th to read those books along with the music. And certainly it's a different twist of doing something new here in the area.
We're delighted to have you, and we're also inviting children to come in costume if they like, since it's
right around Halloween.
To Halloween, and
so
you may do the same.
Okay, I will wear my Halloween costume.
There
you
go.
Kids, make sure you come and you wear your Halloween costumes too on the 29th. So So you said a little bit about it's for family, but who it can attend? Is it for young and old, and who can attend, and how can people get more information about your schedule that's coming up?
Anybody can attend, and all of our events are open to the public and free, except for the stage play, Goodnight Moon. I also failed to mention, going into the spring, that we're going to have several events. We have a scavenger hunt on campus, and very, very special performance on April 28th. David Stewart Wiley, the conductor of the Roanoke Symphony, and some musicians from the Roanoke Symphony will be performing The Runaway Bunny. With special narrator. That will be at the Taubman Museum, and that is open to the public free of charge.
Great. Well, we're looking forward. I can't wait to be with you for the October 29th Margaret Wise Brown
10 o'clock.
Festival, 10 o'clock. So make sure you bring your
Hollins.
costume. See yours truly there reading the stories. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
You can find out more about Margaret Wise Brown Festival events on the Cox Community Calendar coming up during the break. I'm Kiana Price Wade, and this is Round Roanoke on Cox 9.